We have a great show for you ahead. We have bracket breakdown. Down. Boys soccer, North St. Paul versus Eastridge. Girls soccer, Hill Murray versus South St. Paul highlights. And then downtown throwdown, brah. We're hitting the slopes. Today on Sports Path. Thankfully, we have high school football to cover and not professional football here in Minnesota. Welcome to Sports Path, where the V word will not be uttered once at all during this show. I'm Zach Halverson.
And I'm Jamie Destin. We have plenty of football to get to, both American football and the other kind that us Americans call soccer.
We begin with boys soccer highlights. North dominated this year with only one loss this entire season. That was to the Hill Murray Pioneers. The Polars entered the section final as the heavy favorite, but it was the Eastridge Raptors, who the Polars got upset by last year. They were standing in their way. Here are the highlights. Hill Murray, Eastridge. It was a bright one out there. Everything's going good first few seconds, and just getting ready to...
As the lights have turned
Where are the lights? Yes, the lights went out first few seconds. But 5 minutes in, 4 minutes after that big, huge lights fiasco, Eastridge Raptors had a wide open opportunity, and the guy hit the crossbar. I mean, ouch. I mean, your section final opportunity to get first blood, put your team up, and Jared Ronquillo, I'm sorry, no, that's actually Zach Borgen, couldn't finish. Oh, nightmares about that one. Luckily, about 32nd minute of play, it was a big shot back about 25 yards out that hit off of a defender of North St. Paul and got by Molsky. He was expecting it to go one way. Watch it again, deflected, and, well, that was just enough to do it. As Eastridge would take a 1-0 lead that was good for the first half. The second half, however, North St. Paul had different ideas. Off of a corner kick, North St. Paul able to tie it up. And by the way, get to know Diego Olanda Fernandez's name. Here is his corner kick. Beautiful positioning off the crossbar. This time, the crossbar, by the way, that one, very friendly to North St. Paul. Kind of suspicious here how it goes one way for Eastridge, the other way for North St. Paul. Not saying anything, just Jed Hellwig, activity director, needs to look at that. I think it's a little biased towards North St. Paul. Another goal for North St. Paul. They took the lead. And then guess what? It's another corner kick. Oh, of course. And guess who it is? It's Adolfo Barrera Gonzalez. I spoke ahead. Barrera Gonzalez, which, by the way, it's a soccer name. Thanks, Mom and Dad, for giving me such a great soccer name. I'm sure Adolfo Barrera Gonzalez will say. Here's a big opportunity for North St. Paul. Guess who it is? It's a guy who's going to be forever immortalized in Minnesota soccer. Justin Oliver, Mr. Soccer, puts this one away and makes it 4-1. Eastridge put one in later. It was 4-2. We're going to talk to Justin Oliver, Tommy Molsky, and Diego Orlando Fernandez right now.
Letting the fans do that, not every place. So 4-2 was the final score. North St. Paul, your 2013 Section 4 AA champions. Here with a few of these stars from not only tonight's game, the entire season. We'll start with Justin Oliver. What was said in that halftime deal where you guys went from 1-0 the first half and then you put up 4 in the second? What changed there?
We just talked about digging deep and character, and what we wanted to say was we're going to define ourselves and the kind of legacy we want to leave behind as a team and as a player and just as a whole collective group.
You're a senior. You guys are all seniors. I mean, this is a big deal. Going to state again. What do you want to accomplish at state?
we want a state championship. That's been the goal since day one, and we're not going to let that up. We're not going to become complacent with state. We're going to keep going.
All right, corner kicks on the offensive side really did some good work for you guys tonight. You were the main key, Diego. Talk about that.
Well, my point was like to get to like my teammates, help them with assists, and that corners was my thing, so it worked.
You had plenty of teammates out there diving all over. I mean, is this something you guys you consistently practice on every day, just in getting it down to the wire here?
Yeah, we practice like almost like every practice, and it worked.
You did a great job. We'll bring in goalkeeper Tommy Molsky. My gosh, there's that one play where he made one stop and dove over and got the rebound. And now you're going to the state tournament. How do you feel?
I mean, I feel great. I mean, we all play really good, and we didn't stop. We never stop. At halftime, we're always a second half team. If we ever get down, we just know that we can come back and win. We went to Milwaukee, and we were down 2-0, and we came back 2-2. And after that, we just knew that we could win anything.
What's it like having the offense of help with Justin, with the rest of the team? I mean, what's that like as a goalkeeper?
It's great. It means that it's less work for me because they're on their half a lot, and it just means that we're going to score a lot, and I just got to do my part, and they'll do theirs, and we'll have a good time.
Well, good luck, guys. Congratulations. Head to the state tournament. We'll get the dates and times and all that hopefully soon. So good luck, guys. Thanks a lot for joining us. Again, final score here, 4-2. North St. Paul defeats Eastridge in the 2013 Section 4AA final. Thanks for joining us here on TV 19 Sports. For Johnny Key and I'm Zach Elverson saying so long, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Zach Helverson. Look at the brackets now. Section 4AA. North St. Paul on top. They're number one seed because they're really good. And they defeated Tartan 3-0 the final. Creighton-Durham Hall and Woodbury took each other on. It was Creighton who came out with that one. In overtime, 2-1 the final. Eastridge and White Bears. Eastridge dominating the White Bear Lake Bears there 4-0. And then Stillwater on the bottom there took down St. Paul Central 4-0. Eastridge and Stillwater took each other on. It was Eastridge who, by the way, again, upset North St. Paul last year. Were a very good team. Came back, took on a really good Stillwater Ponies team 2-1. North St. Paul over Creighton 3-1. North St. Paul and Eastridge, we just saw the game, moved on to take each other on in the final. And it was North St. Paul edging Eastridge out. And this one final score here is 4-2. We'll go to the state Class 2A bracket, and you see Minneapolis Southwest seated first, North St. Paul seated fourth. North St. Paul will take on Prairie Seats Academy. The winner of that one will move on to the Metrodome to take on the Minneapolis and Southwest and Andover game. As you see, by the way, the Edina and Elk River Zimmerman on the bottom there, and Eastview and Owatonna. Moving on to the semifinals. So we played at the Metrodome October 28th at 4 o'clock. If North St. Paul gets there, that's when they will play. And if they win on that one, that'd be nice. They move on to play Halloween at 5:30. So get there if you can. And that's the Class 2A. Now we're going to take a look at Section 4 1A, where Hill Murray is having a really good season thus far in boys soccer and girls soccer. We'll take a look at them in a moment. Hill Murray, South St. Paul, it was all Hill Murray there. Montemedi in South St. Paul, St. Paul Harding rather. It was St. Paul Harding who edged these efforts out there 2-1. Simley and St. Paul Humboldt 3-1. And on the final one there, Mounts Park Academy moved on to play the Pioneers. It was a close one, not as close as the other semifinal in which St. Paul Humboldt and St. Paul Harding edged out Humboldt 2-1. And then Hill Murray edged out Mounts Park Academy 2-1. So it was Hill Murray and St. Paul Harding, and well, Hill Murray moved on. It wasn't really hard to play Harding there. 4-0 to score as the Hill Murray Pioneers would move on to the state tournament. All right, in Class 1A, the state bracket, as you see, Hill Murray seated number 3. And they will play Totino Grace in the quarterfinals. Waconia seated second. They'll play Hermantown. They will Sartell St. Stephen and Rochester Lourdes, number 4 and number 5, respectively, and St. Paul Como Park and Waseca in the last remaining quarterfinal. Semifinals will be played on October 28th at the Metrodome. Mark that time down. If Hill Murray wins, which they're expected to, 2 o'clock game on October 28th. And then the final will be played on Halloween at 12:30. Busy Halloween day at the Metrodome. I think it's going to be a really cool atmosphere. Love to see one of those teams down there, either Hill Murray or North St. Paul. We'll see in boys soccer. Now, Jamie Dustin, what do you got for us?
Well, Zach, we're going to head on over to girls soccer now, where the Hill Murray Pioneers have had a pretty good season thus far. They've made it all the way to the section final, where they would take on South St. Paul to go to see who would go to state. Let's take a look at those highlights.
And it was the Hill Murray Pioneers and the South St. Paul Packers out at Enninger Field back on the 17th of October. This one coming early in the second half. The Hill Murray Pioneers getting on the board here at this one. And right out the gates in that second half. I don't know what that halftime speech was. Had to be inspiring, because look at this one. Beautiful goal there. Pass, shoot, score. Yeah. That's how it's done. Well, South St. Paul had something to say about that. It took them about 15 minutes to do so, but they moved down the field, and this is what you call a snipe. Look at this one. Bar down, bar south. Oh, beautiful goal right off the crossbar, and South St. Paul tied the game up at 1 just about 23 and a half minutes ago in regulation. Another look at that one. Looks like it might even tip the goalie's hands a little bit there as moved on here. Hill Murray responding 2-1 the score now at this one, as Hill Murray just 5 minutes after that one. 45 seconds ago. It is intense play in the box. Hill Murray trying to desperately clear. South St. Paul pressing hard. They've got everybody in the box. It's a 2-1 game. South St. Paul sending it back. An opportunity to clear. South St. Paul sends it right back in, and they score. Tying the game up with just 30 seconds to go. Look at another one. Look at this one. Might as well hit the goalie there again. Now in second overtime. They play the first overtime. Nobody scores. This one a little bit different. Hill Murray would win this one. Less than a minute into the second overtime as they came down and finished this one. The final score, Hill Murray 3, South St. Paul 2. And the Pioneers would move on to state. Another look at that one. As you see, Hill Murray, beautiful pass. Breakaway opportunity, and this one goes in. Thanks to Town Square Television for their footage. Again, look at the score, 3-2, the final. Let's take a look at the bracket here. It's South St. Paul on the top, 10-1, the final there. Not even close. St. Croix Lutheran and Simley took each other on. St. Croix Lutheran took that one 2-0. New Life Academy of Woodbury and St. Agnes, it was New Life Academy, took that one 4-3, and then Hill Murray dominating the quarterfinals, 5-0 the score over Mounds Park Academy. In the semifinals, Hill Murray took on New Life Academy Woodbury, 5-2 the score. Again, very little contest here, as Hill Murray seems to be the team to beat in the section. South St. Paul just over St. Croix Lutheran 2-1, and as we just saw, another 2-1 score. South St. Paul, or sorry, not another 2-1 score, 3-2 to score. Hill Murray over South St. Paul. Hill Murray wins. They're headed to state. Let's take a look at the Class 1A girls soccer state bracket. As you see, the Hill Murray Pioneers seated 5th. They'll take on Totino Grace. They'll play the winner of the Blake School and Sartell St. Stephen, Benilde St. Margaret's and Duluth Denfeld, and La Crescent and Mankato West. The semifinals will be played at 8 a.m. on October 28th. So if Hill Murray wins, get that alarm clock out, because that's going to be an early one. As 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. are the scores, or the times rather, of the game. And then this one is what you really want, and that's the 10 a.m. game at the Metrodome on Halloween. Hopefully, Pioneers can get to it. We'll see what happens there. As now we have Section 4AA, and this one features Montmagny, who historically has had a great soccer team. Also North St. Paul, also White Bear Lake, the defending state runner-ups. Woodbury out of this one 5-0. Montmagny over Tartan 8-1. White Bear Lake, they defeated the 4th seed East Ridge 1-0. And Stillwater took down Cretin-Durham Hall 2-1. Into the semifinals, it was White Bear Lake and Woodbury, the defending state runner-ups, fell to Woodbury 1-0. And then Mahtomedi and Stillwater. Again, Mahtomedi just so good. 5-2 the score, taking on Stillwater. And then in the finals, it was Woodbury and Mahtomedi. Well, this close one. Let's take a look at the score. 3-1 the final. Mahtomedi, again, just such a girls soccer powerhouse. Finally able to get back to state there after White Bear Lake did such good work last year. Going to the state bracket here, Class 2A, as we see Burnsville and Andover in the top, Lakeville and Mahtomedi, Mounds View and Eden Prairie, and Minnetonka and Elk River. If Mahtomedi wins, they'll play on the October 29th game at 12 o'clock at the Metrodome. So during the school day, kids get to skip school. It's all good and fun. And then in the final, if they can get there, 3 o'clock at the Metrodome on Halloween. So there you go. There you go. Girls soccer, plenty of exciting things, more exciting things. We got a team in pretty much every bracket here, so that's awesome. Jamie, Dustin.
Yes, Zach. We have the Section 4 AA cross country meet that was held just this morning. Here are some of those very chilly highlights.
Yeah, take a look at this one. This is put down at the. Well, that's a pretty interesting. Ben Affleck, how about that? No, that is not cross country. This is cross country, and as you just mentioned, Jamie, cold, very, very cold, and they don't really care because they're running. And if I was running, I really wouldn't care either. Take a look at the big starting line here. They need a lot of space here because you got a lot of runners here trying to get out. As you see, they move up through this golf course, up to the hills, down the hills. I don't know if they go through the water hazards. I think that's what they call a triathlon, and that hasn't been sanctioned yet by the high school league, but it should because that'd be exciting. There you go. You're tired. You're obviously tired. You just ran so many miles, and now we got a black screen. But there it is. There we go. Moving on. Here's the girls now. We just saw the guys. We should have had the girls first because ladies first, but we're not polite here. Moving forward here, girls soccer just doing amazing things, or girls cross country doing amazing things. I don't know what sport I'm watching anymore. Tartan, look at that. How about that? She's very, very happy that she's done, but she's tired. You know, it's a very demanding sport. There's a Mahtomedi runner, some White Bear Lake players, and oh yeah, I don't feel you because I haven't run that long ever in my lifetime. I think when's the longest time you've ever run?
Me?
Yeah, and one like go.
Maybe a mile. And I don't know how long that was. Took me.
Yeah, I did a mile and a half for
I'm more
school.
of a speed walker.
Yeah, I'm a sprinter.
A brisk walk would be my idea of a good workout.
Yeah. Again, I've ran a mile and a half for school, and that's about the longest. Have you ever wanted to do a marathon eventually?
No.
How about now? Do they have any like pregnant women marathons that they do?
Well, I don't know. I think you can run until you're a certain.
Oh, whatever.
If you've been a runner before you get pregnant, I think it's okay to run, but it's probably not a good idea to try to run a marathon when you're not a runner.
Probably not. Hey,
not my idea.
We got more after Ben Affleck here on Sports Bash.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans.
These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids.
Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think. So is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Here.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up.
Congratulations to North Polar's boys soccer star Justin Oliver, who was named Class 2A Mr. Soccer at River Center in St. Paul last weekend. Oliver posted 90 goals and 61 assists in his career with the Polars. He also joined his twin brother Tyler on the Minnesota Soccer Coaches Association All-State team.
Congratulations to Mr. Oliver. And now we got football. It is the Section 4A bracket. I'm going to try to label these correctly here as you see on your screen. In the semifinals, South St. Paul and North Branch. That game will be played at 2:30 on the 26th at South St. Paul. And then it's Hill Murray and St. Paul Johnson in the semifinals here. At 3 o'clock on October 26th. That game at St. Paul Harding. All right, moving on to the finals here. They'll be played at 7 o'clock on Friday, November 1st. So we got November coming up now. This year's gone fast. All right, moving on here. Section 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5A bracket here. As you see the semifinals, Matamidi and Spring Lake Park at 1 o'clock on Saturday, October 26th. Matamidi hopefully coming out of this one. They're really good at football this year. And over in Irondale at 1 o'clock in the semifinals here. Winner of that one will play also on Friday, next Friday at 7 o'clock, November 1st. All right, now let's move into Section 5, 5A. A lot of A's and a lot of numbers here, folks, but we'll keep it going. Tartan and St. Thomas Academy at Tartan, 7 o'clock on Saturday night. We will have that one here on TV 19, and St. Paul Central and Henry Sibley in the other semifinal. All these teams trying to make it to, you guessed it, November 1st. That's a big night in high school football, I'm telling you. It's 7 o'clock at the highest seed home place. Now, we'll continue on here with another bunch of A's and another number and another this and that and the other thing. We've got so many football. I mean, there's so many different football brackets going on. We're scrambling. The computer systems are going down, folks. There's so many teams, so many names, and we are going to have them now. Here we go, 4-6A, East Ridge and Forest Lake on the top there. White Bear Lake and Mounds View. We'll talk about some of these teams, by the way, in just a moment. Cretin-Durham Hall and Stillwater in the quarterfinal, as well as Roseville and Woodbury. The winner of these games will move on, and they will play. They'll be reseeded, and then they'll match teams with Section 3-6A. It's how it works now. It's really weird. Bottom line is, we really won't know where or when you'll play until after your team wins or not. So White Bear Lake, only team from our Fab 5 teams there. So they have Mounds View. We'll talk about these teams in a little bit. So there's football. We might as well get done with volleyball brackets now, right? We have more names and numbers here. We got North St. Paul in Section 4-3A dominating the volleyball game. They'll take on Matamidi, number 9 seed, who came out there. And now we'll have Stillwater and East Ridge, Roseville and Henry Sibley, and Cretin-Durham Hall and Tartan to play for the semifinals. This is on the 24th. This game will be played on the 29th at the highest seeds home place. And then the finals, well, they're going to be played at St. Paul, Washington on the 29th of October at 7 o'clock. So there you go. All right, Jamie Dustin.
Well, Zach, it's time to hit the slopes in Minneapolis with snowboarding.
Mahtomedi, Hill Murray, Tartan, and White Bear Lake, the remaining football teams here that are still competing. North St. Paul, they fell off pretty early, but there's plenty of action still to go here in our 4 of our Fab 5 teams. We're going to bring you through just really quickly, just talk about each team. Mahtomedi having a fantastic season thus far, and that's what's really cool to see. You got a lot of competition. They're playing on Saturday. Tartan also playing on Saturday. They have a share of the Classic Suburban Conference title. They're coming out of nowhere. They're a team that if you can get out there Saturday night, certainly want to see them. Hill Murray, they had a rough start to the season, but they've really kind of turned it around and been playing pretty well. So they're a good team to watch if you can make it out there. White Bear Lake, that's a weird story. They fell to Park, which Park of Cottage Grove finished 3-5 this year, so props to Park. But White Bear Lake defeated Mounds View in Stillwater for the first time since 2004. So...
yeah, they started off the season a little slow, and then
little
they
slow is kind of an understatement. I mean, when you go 0-3 and you lose to Park, and then you come back and win this, it's weird. So they got a game.
Redeemed themselves.
Absolutely, they had a game Friday night against Mounds View. It'd be kind of weird to see if they can beat Mounds View twice, but they they dominated Mounds View a couple weeks ago. So
Stranger things have happened.
It really has been a strange year in the Suburban
Yeah.
East. So Classic Suburban Conference, kind of weird. I mean, Tartan just doing amazing things. And then the Suburban East just back and forth. And again, Stillwater in football finished 3-5. It's been a weird year. So, yeah.
I'm excited to see how all of our teams do.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing is, soccer, I mean, just dominating. And then football, yeah, I mean, we could see another couple more teams go to state in that. So keep it up here because, honestly, we want a busy October, all right? The shows we saw it last year, the shows get pretty dull when you only have one team in state. We don't want to be sitting here and taking stories from 2004 about, some, I don't know what it is, some parade deal. We might have to resort to that. We're going to have to resort. We're going to be showing highlights of the 2005 White Bear Avenue parade. Now, please, teams, Fab 5, you make it. You make it. All right, we got 15 seconds, Jamie. Let's spend it smiling at the camera, waving, and saying goodbye. For Jamie Dustin, I'm Zach Halverson. Have a great Halloween, everybody.